Today, we're going to talk about how to register your vehicles in your business name. So stay tuned for this video. There are some advantages to registering the cars in your business name as opposed to your personal. We're going to talk about some of these advantages. We're going to talk about how to register your vehicles if you're buying with cash. And we're going to talk about how to register them if you're financing. And I'll also give you some financing options at the end. So watch till the end if you want to learn how to finance rental fleets. So what are some of the advantages to registering the cars in your personal in your business name as opposed to your personal? Well, advantage number one will be liability. So a lot of the times when it comes to running a business in general, not just in the car rental, but in any business, what you see is lawsuits are a thing, especially here in the United States, right? People always want somebody else to blame, and having the cars in your personal name could lead to that. Now, are they common? No, they're not common. However, you, you want to almost just be protected in the worst case scenario. So having the cars registered in your business LLC gives you that limited liability protection. So it's going to be very difficult for anyone to sue you personally in the case of any accidents. So that's number one. And we've seen this happen with things like Turo. There was the story of the guy who blew up a Cybertruck in front of Trump Tower, and there was in that story there was uh a story of lawsuits potentially happening with the vehicle owner. So you just want to make sure that you just protect yourself from that. You want to have it before you actually need it. It's just one of those things. So making sure that we're protected from accidents. Another big one would be tickets and tolls. Now, in the car rental industry, tickets and tolls are going to be common. And even for me, sometimes, especially when you're at scale and growing your fleet, you're going to receive a lot of tickets and tolls in general. So you want to make sure that you protect yourself, especially when it comes to the tickets. Um, and they are easy. You can do transfer of liabilities, but once in a while, one or two will slip through. So you want to make sure that if something slips through, it's not coming back to you, and your business gives you that liability protection. So tickets and tolls always are a big one, to make sure that nothing just comes back to you personally. Everything is run through the LLC. And when it comes to liability and tickets and tolls, you know, there are some protections, federal laws that protect the car rental space. So you have a federal law called the Graves Amendment, and the Graves Amendment actually protects car rental companies in the case of any liability for accidents, tickets, and tolls are parts of that liability from being sued or anything like that. So you have that legal protection from the Graves Amendment. And if you don't know what the Graves Amendment is, you can just do a simple Google search and you'll be able to find that. Now, how do you actually buy the cars in your LLC name? Well, first, if you're buying the cars with cash, this is the easiest way to do it. So you want to make sure that, of course, you already have an LLC in place. So, if you don't, watch my video on how to structure and start your LLC. Um, Once you buy the cars with cash, then you take the title, you take your articles of organization, you take your EIN number, you go to any tag and title shop or to the MVA directly if you want to work directly with the MVA. The MVA will ask you for these two documents. You provide the two documents to the MVA. You say, hey, I want to register the car in my business name. Your business does have to be in good standing. So make sure you're in good standing. Make sure you filed your annual report and you've paid the fee. That's what will keep you in good standing. And then you can register the vehicles directly at the MVA or at any tag and title shop. Now, there is another form of cash. I like to call them cash, but you can liquidate things like credit cards, especially if you have, intro interest periods like 0% interest for 6 to 12 months. You can liquidate those cards, uh, take the cash that you've liquidated into your bank account, and then go ahead and use that to purchase the vehicles. That way you can register it in your business name directly. So that's also another method. I call it the credit to cash method. And that's a great way to purchase vehicles and have the flexibility of being able to register it how you want. If you're enjoying this video so far, smash the likes and subscribe to the channel. I drop videos every day. We go live every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Now let's talk about some financing. How do you register the vehicles when you're financing? For me, I hate traditional auto loans. They don't work for the car rental space. However, I will give an option. I will give that option in case somebody wants it. So you can use traditional auto loans. Now, if you're going to apply for traditional auto loans, you need to apply for business auto loans. And when you're doing business auto loan applications, they're going to ask you for all your business information up front. So you provide all that information up front, and then they'll approve you um, based on your personal credit. So you will have to personal guarantee these products. And when you go purchase the vehicles, um, when you go purchase with the auto loan, everything will automatically be registered in your business name that way. So those are pretty simple. So traditional auto loans are another way you can do it. And I made a video on how to get approved for the Bank of America business auto loan. They do give you 4 auto loans with 1 LLC, which is pretty crazy. It's a very popular product. Bank of America has gone through some changes, so you want to tap into that as quickly as possible before they completely change it. That could change coming soon. The financing space changes all the time. Now, another method you can use to get financing is something called fleet financing. Now, fleet financing is a very specialized product. Fleet financing is much better than traditional auto loans because um, they tailor to car rental industries and dealerships. And the way fleet financing works is you usually have a shorter term. So maybe instead of 4 to 6 years, you have like 2 years, 1 to 2 years financing term, and your monthly payment decreases with the depreciation of the car. So they usually typically want you to pay off the entire loan in those 2 years, um, or within 90 days. So the way that works is, if you look at like a dealership, they buy the cars, they keep the cars for a little while until they sell it. So those type of products work really well. If and in there are places like Car Putty. Car Putty is a big one. They do give you up to $800,000. With your LLC. So with fleet, and you can buy multiple vehicles. So with fleet financing specifically, you can buy multiple vehicles with the amount of money, which works, which is kind of what we're looking for. And on top of that, fleet financing, they give you crazy limits. So if you're looking for like $1 million lines of credits, fleet financing is where you can find that. And Car Putty is a great place to start. They do both the personal and the business, and AFC is also a great place to start. Now, with these two places, they are going to ask you for a bank statement. So you're going to need a minimum of 3 months of bank statement in order to qualify. But yeah, so those are the options that you can go with when you want to register your vehicles in your business name. If you enjoyed this video, comment. Let me know what video to make next. Subscribe to the channel. I make videos every single day, and we go live every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. See you there.